¿Qué pasa, cabrón? Worrying about your presence on social media may sound superficial, but it's probably more important than you actually think. Now, we all know social media is huge right now. Technology is booming, social media is booming. Everybody's on it. If you're not, you're just considered kind of weird. And this is exactly why it's important. While some people may be on there like flexing and stuff and just unsatisfied with their lives and just constantly being consumers, you can get around that and be one of the creators, one of the people that blow up on there. And this is because your personal branding is so important. Your personal branding is everything nowadays. There's even a chapter in the 48 Laws of Power, which is like guard your reputation with your life. And social media is one of the best ways to do that nowadays. Even if you don't plan on being some sort of content creator and making your money that way, that's not your business. Personal branding is still one of the most important things because everybody's on social media. If you're not, then fine, maybe this video isn't for you. But if you are, then you already have a reputation and you don't even realize it yet because you haven't optimized your Instagram feed. So whether you're wanting to be a YouTuber like I am and you need to have that presence, or maybe you're doing something like maybe you have your own restaurant and you need to be like showing the great food that you make and how much people love your food, like social media is just going to be a great way to do that. And even if you're just doing it for yourself, for your like own personal thing, like your friends and stuff will just see you in a better light. Like girls especially will see you in a better light if you have an aesthetic kind of feed going on, you know what I mean? You can post like all of the aesthetic things you're doing, especially girls. Like that's how you'll get girls to actually DM you and stuff instead of leaving you on delivered or leaving you on read, ghosting you completely. So back in the day, I used to do a bunch of things that are like pretty cringy, especially looking back on like around like 2015 during like the peak of the, you know, kind of hype beast era. I was one of those kids that wanted to be like that so bad. I was just seeking the validation and stuff and just taking a bunch of cringy pictures that it's just really bad to look back on. Like I was cooked back then. I just absolutely zero aura. I just made bad friends. I didn't get any girls that I wanted, and it looked terrible. It wasn't like a good representation of who I actually was. It was just me looking for validation. Versus if you look at my Instagram now, it's filled with stuff that I actually like doing, you know, some of the high quality stuff that I do, and just like I'm able to show like what a high value man I am and show myself in the best light on Instagram, you know what I mean? So now it's a lot better representation of who I actually am, and it's made things a lot easier for me in terms of dating, in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of just a social life in general. See, the thing is, the world's perception of you is only in your control so much, so you got to do what you can, and social media is one of the best ways that you can do that, especially in the modern day. But my name's Blake, and my cat Spooky right here, she wanted me to tell you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel so we can help each other get better together, and also so we can reach the goal of 100 subscribers. Go ahead and subscribe. Also follow me on Instagram, link in the description below, so then you can get examples of how, like, more examples at least of how to make your Instagram more aesthetic. So one of the biggest things that you need to do to have an aesthetic Instagram is just be more adventurous. You're watching videos like this and you're on your self-improvement journey. A lot of times guys like us will just get in the habit of just being so focused on the things that we're doing, focused on our meditation, doing our reading and stuff like that, going out on walks and doing the gym, entrepreneurship and stuff like that. But we forget to actually enjoy life, which is, again, part of your self-improvement is to like try new things and have new experiences. And that's one of the biggest tips I can have in terms of being more adventurous is try new things. Like the other week I went and I shot a gun for the first time. Me and my friend went and he got a sick ass picture of me looking posted up like I'm James Bond or John Wick or something like that. Not only did I get a sick pic for the Instagram, but I also had just like this new experience that I don't want to say life-changing, but essentially it was life-changing. Like it was such a cool thing, like to be able to shoot a gun. I literally felt like again, like I said, James Bond, John Wick, like it felt cool to actually do that. It felt like a very masculine thing to do. Like put some hair on your chest, basically, is like the best way to describe it. And it also got me a picture for Instagram that I got to post and show like some of the cool things I'm doing. That's what being more adventurous does. Like when you do these things, not only does it create a new experience for you that might like literally change your life, but it also just creates the opportunity, if you take pictures during it, to show like some of the things that you're doing so you can network with like-minded people and just create your personal brand and create a reputation for yourself for the kind of person that you want to come across. Like you can literally control how you want to be perceived. In terms of being more adventurous, another thing you can do is travel. It's not really out of the country, technically, it's a US territory, but me and my friends went to Puerto Rico, and it was just like we had one of the best times that I've ever had with those guys. Like, it was absolutely insane. It was a whole new culture to kind of like dive into. We tried a whole bunch of new food. It created for a whole bunch of new experiences, and you best believe we got a shit ton of pictures and videos and stuff like that. Like, some of it I didn't even post, but some of it was just for the members, because again, it's just like, it was just for me. But some of it, you know, posted like show off, it looks a little cool and stuff. Some of the stuff we did, like I went to a fucking waterfall and did like a backflip off a rope swing and stuff in this like natural spring. It was just crazy stuff like that. And that's the kind of stuff that you're not going to experience unless you actually put yourself out there and go like take these pictures and stuff like that. So be more adventurous and like go do new things like that. I'm telling you, like, it changed my life. I've never wanted to travel so bad in my life. Like, we're already talking about going back this summer. That'll be another IG post, so go ahead, look out for that, you know what I mean? But you need to be doing things like that. And don't be afraid to show off your hobbies either. Like I said, like when you get down in the grind and the routine, sometimes you just don't have time to go do all this like cool new stuff. But like, for example, some of the stuff I recently posted, like me in the MMA gym doing some sit-ups on the kick bag, on the long bag, doing stuff like that. Or sometimes I'll post like some guitar videos, some guitar clips, because, you know, I'm a guitarist too and stuff, and I don't like show that off all the time. So sometimes it can be nice, like show off your little hobbies and stuff, show what skills you have, because then people can see that, especially like girls and stuff, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, like that's you know, a very attractive thing. Like, he has all these cool hobbies, that he's not just a one-dimensional person like seeking validation. He's not just flexing for the gram. He's just showing off what he's actually doing. You know, the gym is a great hobby to show off as well. You know, obviously girls are gonna like you showing off your physique and whatnot, but you should already be going to the gym. But you know, it can take a while to build up the muscle and stuff to get like, you know, the more aesthetic pictures that look appealing and look attractive and stuff like that. But you know, going to the gym and stuff is another hobby that you can show off. Another tip is just to get better photos. And I do not mean that you need to like go get a professional photographer and go do like some sort of photo shoot, because all that stuff kind of looks cringy. The kind of, you know, the meta right now is getting more like just natural, candid photos of you just doing stuff in the moment. Like, maybe I'll put some up on screen, but there's stuff like when somebody's cooking, or like I said, when I was like shooting the gun, or just you in the middle of doing something is going to look very aesthetic, especially if you're getting like fit pics and stuff like that. Maybe then you'll like be more posed, which that's another thing, is actually practicing the posing and like practice taking pictures. It might sound stupid, that might sound retarded, but that's one of the best things that you can do. So when you actually do take photos, you already kind of have that like that habit of just looking good in photos. That's how you become photogenic, is that by actually practicing. Like, you don't know how many photos I've taken in, like, especially in the gym, just like millions of photos, trying to get the right pose, the right lighting, the right angle to make myself look as big and as lean as possible. And a lot of it turns out bad. Like, you need to understand that a lot of these influencers, like when you see their aesthetic posts and stuff like that, for that one picture that they have that looks really aesthetic, looks really good, they look very handsome, there's like hundreds that they took that same day in that same spot, that same kind of posing, that just looked like shit, that they were like trying to get to, but just didn't turn out right for whatever reason. You need to practice that. You need to understand that like you're going to have to take a bunch of photos in order to find the right one, you know what I mean? But like I said, you don't need a professional photographer or anything. Your iPhones nowadays just have like crazy camera quality. You can get very good photos with just your regular iPhone, and that's what I use for the most part. And like, it doesn't matter if you're taking a selfie or just have somebody taking a photo of you, then you can go ahead and edit in like Lightroom or something, and then boom, you have like a very aesthetic photo to post for the gram. The last thing that you can do to really make your photos that much better is literally just looks maxing. Not only is it going to improve your life in general by just being more attractive, but if you want to get more attractive photos, you need to look just better in photos, you know what I mean? So you just need to look better in general. So like, if you're trying to get physique pics and stuff, you need to go to the gym and build that aesthetic body in order to actually have a physique that's like, you know, worthy of posting. Now, that is going to have a lot to do with self-image and stuff like that. You don't want to get body dysmorphia. I know a lot of people probably are thinking of that off saying it. I was like that for a long time, but literally just looks maxing is just going to help you a lot in your life in general, but also to just create that aesthetic Instagram feed, because you'll just naturally look better in photos. So if you want a more in-depth, step-by-step guide on how to build an aesthetic Instagram feed, I have my Looks Maxing course linked in the description below, which includes a free bonus module all about social media, how to build an aesthetic feed, how to DM girls, how to like just set everything up perfectly, you know what I mean? And it also, and again, includes a bunch of other stuff as well as the looks maxing course. So it gets your looks maxing covered and social media covered all in one. Again, you can check that out in the link in the description below. But that's all I wanted to say in this video. Remember, be better than you were yesterday.